Hello and welcome to Cook at Home. Today I bring you the recipe to prepare Mongolian beef, a traditional Asian recipe that you have to try because it is delicious. Today's recipe is the same, exactly the same you find in restaurants, so pay close attention during the video. Let's go to the ingredients and then to the recipe. So the ingredients we need are half a kilo of beef, half a cup of soy sauce, 3 scallions chopped like you see on screen, 1 whole chili chopped into small dice, a tablespoon of cornstarch, and a teaspoon of garlic. We begin by mixing the cornstarch with the beef. I explain why later in the video. We'll only use the green part of the scallion, so you can store the white part to use it in another recipe. Try to use a chili that is not too hot. If it is too spicy, you can wash it or add salt to it before using it. The garlic is chopped into small dice, and some important ingredients I forgot to mention are oyster sauce and white wine. This is the exact recipe for Mongolian beef, okay? We add some fat to our pan, oil in this case. When the oil is hot enough, we add the beef. We start with the beef to fry it and sear it on both sides. I cut the beef into thin slices so that it takes less time to cook. Generally, this is a recipe that takes from 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how long it takes to cook the meat. We sear the beef until it browns on both sides. So why did I add the cornstarch at the beginning and not later in the recipe? Maybe with some water? Well, the answer is very simple. Once the meat starts releasing its juices, they mix evenly with the cornstarch, letting it thicken in a slow, natural and relaxed way. This way, you get a smooth and thick sauce without any lumps and without any risk of getting a burnt or broken sauce. What do I mean by broken sauce? It means that when you add the cornstarch mixed with water or some fat, it might cook too soon, thus failing to mix properly with the rest of the sauce, so you fail to get a smooth and thick sauce. So, by adding the cornstarch from the start, you're sure to get a delicious sauce without any alterations in the flavor, and most important of all, a thick and smooth one. So, my recommendation is that when you're making a stir fry like this and you want to prepare a sauce after, you should do it this way. Once we sear the beef, we add a pinch of salt. Don't use a lot because soy sauce is already salty, but we add a little bit of salt and also a little bit of sugar. After stir frying the beef from 5 to 6 minutes and it is well seared, we add the vegetables, the teaspoon of garlic, and we keep cooking. As you can see, when I stir, the juice is very thick. We'll fix that later where we add some water. Juices released by the meat will mix with the water, and that, together with the cornstarch, will result in a very thick and smooth sauce. Now we add the soy sauce, oyster sauce, half a cup of white wine, and finally we add the water. We need all these ingredients to achieve the perfect dish. We stir everything and let it cook for 5 more minutes. After that, the dish is ready to be enjoyed by you and everyone you made it for. Well, that was a recipe for the famous Mongolian beef. It's a very simple recipe, it doesn't require a lot of ingredients, just scallions, beef, and the seasonings I mentioned in the video. This is very important, nothing is optional, you need to have all the ingredients if you want to achieve the same dish you find in restaurants. The biggest secret I can give you is to mix the beef and the cornstarch very well. And another very important point is the oyster sauce. That will give you the flavor, the aroma, the texture that is missing in that Mongolian beef you make at home, and that is never the same as the one you find in restaurants. So those are all the ingredients you need for this delicious recipe. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, and also click on that notification bell so that YouTube lets you know whenever I upload a new video. See you in the next video, the next idea, the next recipe from Cook at Home. Until next time.